It's business. It all comes back to business. All comes back to Valorant, literally. Okay. Dumbest ways athletes were caught cheating.
Athletes do some crazy things to cheat.
Crazy.
From a giant hole in the ground to whatever he's doing. These are the craziest cheating moments in sports.
Cheater.
First, we got one
that
player
guy
who
had
takes
money.
playing the victim to a whole new level.
Oops. That got money in,
By
in his
grabbing
hand.
his opponent's arm and punching himself. I've seen more realistic knockouts
Dude,
in
come
WWE.
on. Like, they
but the
can
acting skills
literally
don't improve
see
here
that on
either.
camera.
I mean, what was the game plan? Play dead to avoid a red card? Now that's a rude awakening. Not as rude as this, though. Because there's
He's like, okay, I'm gonna pretend like I can stand here with the red card for 5, 10, 15 minutes if I have to. And eventually you will have to get up.
playing dead. And then there's deliberately trying to kill someone. This guy literally hit his rival's brakes at 140 miles per hour.
You are effing kidding
damn.
me.
Forget about disqualifications. He belongs in a jail cell.
Honestly,
And
this
if there was
is
prison time for being
murder.
petty, this runner would get a life sentence.
Premeditated.
Knocking over the entire water stand
So people
mid-marathon
can be-
and taking the last bottle has to be the biggest hater move ever. Hey
What an
man, you're
asshole.
denying everyone a human right. I'm sure the right to have your shoelace tied is somewhere in the Constitution
I'm
too.
so mad right now.
But that didn't stop this player from doing it anyway. This player wasn't trying to undo any laces though. He tried to hit the undo button on a goal.
Like, we can clearly see the arm. Like, you cannot do that in football anymore. There's every angle camera. There's literally in the back, like, checking
In the
everything.
most obvious way possible. I know football fans can argue all day about what's a penalty or not, but sometimes it's just too obvious. Like when this cyclist somehow managed to add nitro to his bike mid-race, then went about 100 meters
They didn't
clear
win
within
fair and
seconds.
square, yeah.
Yeah, something doesn't seem quite right. But whether you're holding
This
on
is
to
the
something to
thing.
move
Like,
fast,
I like one thing I don't understand in sportsmanship. If you're a sportsman, you wanna prove to yourself as well as to others that you are the best in the business. But if you are cheating, then what do you prove to yourself when you go to sleep the next day or when people are celebrating your achievements? By knowing, like literally that you cheated your way through it. Do you feel like happy about it and proud for what you accomplished? Isn't it like meant to be to prove that you're the best for yourself first, then others? Like, how do these people live with themselves like that? I would be miserable. Honest to God, I would be so depressed. I would have this imposter syndrome. I would like pretend through life. Like, I feel like these people don't even care about the sport and the achievement. All they care about is like becoming a celebrity and getting money, you know, like that's it. That's all they care about.
or holding onto an opponent so they can't move, both are cheating. Man, talk about getting an advantage any way you can.
Armstrong lost all his achievements.
Now,
Why?
that's something this runner knows about. Because
But he
while
got the
running the
money.
500 meters, he lost his footing. And instead of bowing out with grace, he tried to pull his competitor
Are
down
you
with
kidding
him.
me?
Oh, and he's tripped from behind there, goodness me. And he grabs the hand of his compatriot.
The combo of losing first place and almost losing his shorts is crazy. But if you think that's dramatic, check out the acting skills on this guy.
All of this is so low.
Referees don't see everything, so over-the-top reactions are often a successful way to get the other team booked. But when
Give
the
him a yellow.
contact's from the referee himself, who's he trying to fool?
Are you
This
fooling
goalkeeper
the
definitely
referee?
takes the title of the most pointless
What a
dive
dumb one.
possible, though. Good luck Uno reversing the man in charge of the cards. And sure, football's a contact sport.
He's the
But
referee.
not that much contact. Jesus. Either he's got some anger issues, or he mixed up the stadium with an octagon.
No. That was really painful because he elbowed his back there.
And maybe the swimmer got mixed up too, because he had his own take on the 50-meter backstroke. The rules are simple. You swim to the end of the pool, and first place gets the medal. But he
Yeah?
just kept swimming and never came up. Like literally not even once. That was pretty impressive, even if it was against the rules. You know what's not so impressive though? Ignoring the
against the
hurdles in a hurdle race. After realizing jumping wasn't gonna get him gold, he took matters into his own hands. What a menace. But if that guy's a menace, then this next dude
He
is a
even went to the
straight
other
up
guy.
demon. I don't know what the beef's about here, but he was determined to make this poor guy's race a living hell. And it got progressively worse. What started with just words quickly became more physical. And his final move was switching off his opponent's engine. Now that's petty. But hey, since we're on the topic of petty behavior, let's take a moment to give our thoughts and prayers for this horrific injury. The more rolls on the ground
Neymar,
means
get
the
out of
worse
my
the foul,
face.
right?
Like, I don't want to see
And
you.
he just keeps going.
Neymar has gone
This
down
is number
touching
one
ankle here, but
actor
in a bit
in
of
football.
contact there with the opponent, I have to say.
But it seems like
Annoying.
Neymar set a rolling trend in motion. I mean, way to confuse the medics. It looks like he's been possessed by evil spirits. But
Honestly, you guys, the amount of times I see them fake, like, I am so done with this. Because in this European Championship, I think the Italy team or someone got really injured and the paramedics didn't come in time, like they were procrastinating a bit. And then in the comments were saying, if you don't always pretend that you are injured, then maybe the paramedics would have reacted faster, because they don't have an idea if you're pretending you're down and you're going to get up in 2 seconds, or if you really are down, you know, and you are struggling. He broke his nose and he had like a lot of bones that were broken inside his skull, and he was literally bleeding from inside. But I guess he's fine now. I'm not sure. Let's see.
you have to be real mean-spirited to
The
do something
striker
like
for
this.
Hungary? Is that the
Unlike
one?
the previous two, that foul
Yeah.
was 100% real. Damn, even coaches are out here making fouls. This one wanted to even out the score, though. That type of contact belongs in the NFL. Poor guy was just standing there, minding his own business.
What the hell?
But look, some players embrace being the villain on the pitch. Guess what hits harder than anything thrown from the stands? Realizing your most brazen act was caught in the act. And cameras picked up this little accident between the Lakers coach and his players too. You see, the coach needed to have a team talk with his players, but with no
hell is
timeouts
that?
left, he had
Give me
to
just one
find an
second.
alternative solution. And voila, drink spillage on the court. How convenient. But not as convenient as this, because when it looked like they were about to concede, there was an intervention from the ball boy, and not
Ball
the kind
boy?
that the job requires.
Goalman?
Oh no.
Ah, the ball boy. Okay.
I mean, he was standing in the goal to clear the ball off the line. Not even an extra man in goal could have stopped this, though. Yeah, the keeper definitely fell for that trick. But at least that fall was more
Oh.
convincing than this attempt. I guess there's nothing players won't do when it comes to time wasting,
Oh, no.
including tripping over your own 2 feet.
No,
and just
maybe
like
he
how
really
you can't
got
always
injured.
trust injuries, you also can't fall victim to a disingenuous high five. He was fine with getting dapped up by his opponent until he used it against him. All
What
that
the
just to
hell,
lose by
bro?
25. He's gonna have trust issues for life. And I'll never fully trust a weigh-in again. Because ahead of his UFC fight, DC failed to make weight,
Drop Daniel Cormier fails to make weight.
meaning the whole thing was in major doubt. But how the heck does one lose 1.2 pounds just 2 minutes late? Oh, he's resting on the towel. Okay, so that wasn't magic. But the dark arts were definitely at play in this game, though. See, over in Rwanda, there's something even worse to worry about than VAR. Witchcraft.
Dude,
So when this player
like
removed
he
it-
literally cheated his way to get into the qualification by holding on that. Like,
The keeper's
I
lucky
can't
charm?
believe it.
He knew it wasn't a case of yellow or red cards. Instead, the whole match was cursed.
What's going
And
on?
here's someone else who mastered the art
You
of
mentioned
psyching out
curse, I think of
opponents
Von Erich's family.
without any witchcraft needed. The real striker's nightmare clearly isn't the perfect shot stopper. It's him. But while some charge headfirst into danger, others go down a different route. Dude really risked it all for nothing. Turns out, athletes are reckless all the time.
I mean,
Because
he
after
did slap
dancing
him.
around multiple defenders, I guess AB got a little too excited and ruined the moment.
Oh!
Way to kickstart the new season, huh?
I don't know why Brown
Is that
thought he
allowed?
had to do that.
At least he had a helmet on, though. It's always nice to know the refs have your back when you get studs into yours.
What the guy?
Wait a minute. That wasn't even a foul? Huh. Thankfully, the ref spotted this
How
next
is
one.
that not a foul?
Oh, damn. That's one way to let the intrusive thoughts win. You could spot a foul like that from a mile away. But sometimes it's not always that clear.
very-
See, everything looks just about right here, but change the angle and things become messy.
And there you go. They just touched arms
Oh.
once and then twice, and that
Guy really hit his opponent twice and expected
Do you think
nobody
that's
to
an
realize.
accident?
But not realizing here just
There
wasn't
is
on
a
the
small
cards.
flight.
Because this player literally took it. And is it just me, or does that look like a younger Cristiano Ronaldo? One thing the GOAT would never do is
Trying to
embarrass
fight the
himself
flight
this
of what's
badly.
going on.
I don't know if he was working on bad
the hell,
Wi-Fi, but the delayed reaction made things 10 times worse. Reaction time aside, nothing hits harder than delivering a nut shot to your opponent. That's just... I can't even look. But if there's one thing this player didn't
Give
see
the fly
coming,
red card.
it's this.
Get out of here.
Damn! That headache's gonna be bad
That's so
tomorrow.
mean.
Dude went from 0 to 100 real quick.
I mean, yeah,
Just
he
like
did
this
hit the ball.
rainbow
That's
flick.
so move too.
Every great skill comes with a victim. But that was just
It wasn't on
cold.
purpose though, was
Not as
it?
cold as this.
I feel like it was an
And
accident.
not because it happened on ice. It was a close race between Canada and China, when all of a sudden this Chinese skater sent her opponent sliding off track with a sneaky sleight of hand.
That's
it happened
so
so
mean.
quickly, I almost didn't notice. Cheating an entire country is bad, but betraying your own team is another level. Imagine wanting to score so badly that you take out your own player. Somebody tell these ladies that they're
No
losing
way.
3-0. But look, when it's not your own team
No
sabotaging
wonder.
you, it's yourself. Either that or his controller
Ouch.
disconnected mid-game.
No,
I
he
think there
hit
might
him
have been
with
some
his
body disconnect
foot.
here too. You know that terrible pain
he
you get in your
pretended it's
face
a
when you get hit
foul.
on the shoulder? Yeah,
Is that
me neither.
Ronaldo?
Way to live up to the stereotype that football players are all divers. But wait a minute, is that a 6'4" hooper acting like he's at a pool party? Yep, yep, they bought it. Nobody's as good at selling it as Ronaldo, though. He just makes sure
Oh,
he's the
yeah.
best at everything
No,
he
Neymar,
does.
Neymar.
Whether that's working hard, scoring goals, or fooling referees. Oh yeah,
That
he
guy
knows.
deserves a red for
But not
cheating
even
on
Cristiano
Shakira.
can compete with skill moves like these. Sometimes when you can't
Okay.
think on your feet, you gotta go with your hands instead. Trickery like that is wasted on the pitch. Get them on the sand with these guys. But when handballs aren't considered cheating, you gotta find some more inventive ways of bending the rules. Like moving the lines.
Brilliant.
No,
In
no,
that
no,
situation,
no,
you
no,
see the line is just
no, no,
replaced.
no,
When you
no,
come
bro.
off of
They
your
saw
line as a
that.
goalkeeper, though, you better have a good plan. Damn! That's some next level disrespect! But respect really isn't a priority when it comes to winning sometimes.
That's awesome,
You
Endo.
see, play doesn't have to stop for a man down, but this attacker had a change of heart. Nope, just kidding. This guy
Why
definitely
did he
wasn't.
stop though?
He 100% meant to do that. As ridiculous as that looked, he did it with absolute conviction.
Huh?
I don't know what's worse though. The striker going for a cheap shot or the goalkeeper acting like he doesn't get footballs kicked at him for a living? No amount of money is worth this amount of pain though. You've heard the expression, a kick in the teeth. Well, for their comeback, it sure was. But I guarantee the Pelicans player will take a toothkick any day of the week over that. Sometimes it's good to be
Aw,
lazy,
that's
right?
it.
But don't let me catch you cheating your way out.
Dude, literally started with me being furious and then laughing so much. That was a good compilation. I enjoyed it.